Apparently, working on my monster taming adventure game might get me sued by Nintendo. Nintendo was just recently granted a new patent about mechanics to summon a character and have it fight for you. So I researched the patent to see how screwed my game is, and to be honest, what I found was pretty bad. So reading through the patent, it's pretty obvious that what the patent is actually describing is the Let's Go mechanic from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. If you throw a Pokeball near an enemy, then it triggers a turn-based battle, or you can have your Pokemon follow you around and then command it to automatically fight other wild Pokemon. And the patent explains this mechanic through 6 bullet point statements, each describing a different part of this mechanic in a kind of more legal jargony way. So normally a patent like this wouldn't be like the worst thing in the world, because you would have to copy this exact mechanic bar for bar to infringe on it, and so it would be pretty hard to do this accidentally. But here's why this specific patent sucks. The language in the patent to describe the mechanic is extremely vague, and it uses terms that aren't specific to Pokemon at all. I'll use this excerpt as an example. Controlling a battle between the sub-character and enemy character in which the battle proceeds based on an operation input. Or to kind of describe this more simply, you press some buttons and 2 characters fight each other. If you look at the patent, this exact excerpt is describing the turn-based battle system that we know from Pokemon. But now to kind of pull a random example, let's look at Spectrobes from 2006 for a second. Spectrobes has a real-time combat system, so it's different from Pokemon because you run around the screen and then you press a button to make your Spectrobe attack another enemy. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't that exactly how we just described the turn-based battle system from Pokemon? Yup. According to the wording of this patent, a turn-based battle system could be considered the same thing as a real-time combat system, even though I think every gamer in the world would call these two things completely different. And this is the main issue with this patent. Basically, the generic wording gives way too much wiggle room for Nintendo to start arguing that this patent covers other completely unrelated game mechanics. So yeah, this patent is pretty bad, and it's honestly kind of a miracle that Nintendo got away with submitting this in the first place, but there is one hope that we have to all of this. A patent this generic would almost certainly get challenged and invalidated if brought to court, so the chances of Nintendo actually suing anyone successfully with this patent are probably pretty low. Here's the thing though, I'm not a lawyer. This is just my personal take on what another lawyer online said. So if you're a game developer and you're actually worried about this patent and getting sued by Nintendo over it, please go talk to an actual lawyer. Don't just take my word for it. But my sort of conclusion to all this is that I think we're good.